Hi, thank you so much for joining me today. Hope everybody's doing well. Sims 4 video, I continue my Willow Creek makeover series. Today we're on the library, which is the last venue in this world. This one, I decided, I probably shouldn't say that because I think I've said that with all of them, except for the gym. But I did stick this time to the renovated house theory. It's not what you see here. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say this because opinion is whatever it's worth. I'm not a fan of this style. I used to, honestly, adore Victorian style. But for whatever reason, as I aged, matured, who knows, gingerbread just grated on my nerves. And the intricate detailing, and I think, I could be wrong, but my thinking is when I started touring Detroit homes, the old 17 and 1800 builds, and in the 70s, some of them were used, I don't know how you would say that. I can't think of the term, but regardless. So a lot of that gingerbread and fretwork was painted over. And whatever didn't survive became that fake particle board paneling, and it just completely destroyed the charm. And so now when I think Victorian, that's all I can think, because that's what I'm used to. And it was just so, ugh. It was depressing, smelly, decaying, and depressing. So when I see them in these builds, I'm like, oh no, no. And I know that's a dumb thing to say. I shouldn't be that way. I should go back to using Zillow for inspiration. As a matter of fact, when I was mentioning, if you have not watched my other one on the gym, I should have gone in online and looked up examples of a modern gym. But you know, there are other worlds, and the other worlds have the same venues. I just look at Willow Creek as a very old, antiquated, charm, olden days charm type world. So I can't see putting something ultra modern in this world, even a house. I just think it would clash horribly. And I'm probably wrong about that too. But that's my thinking when I go into these types of builds, and I apologize to anyone who's sitting at their desk right now going, is she out of her mind? It's a game. I know that. Believe me, I know that. This bathroom was probably overkill, but I did only want it on the first floor, and I wanted it to look like it was an afterthought. When I went into this, my thinking was, this is one of those donated homes that ended up becoming a community project, so it looks like a community project library. It's not state run or anything like that. So it's a hodgepodge of library items. So you would knock out walls and put things where you think they would function best. And then there are other rooms where, yes, they're more updated, but in a very casual way. So there's nothing technical about this place. It's just a place to come when you want to read, get something off of a computer because you don't have one yet, or just to relax, get away from the stress of the day, and calm your nerves. Because there's also, I added on painting room and a music room. So there's more than just reading. I don't know about anybody else, but when I ask my sim to read to get up their skill level, it never works. They could go through all 3 volumes and the bar barely moves. So I don't know if that's just my game or if that's the way it is set up. And it's kind of sad because I think that reading should be an integral part of everyone's life, much less a sim. I don't know, maybe I'm being old-fashioned that way, but I don't think I am. I think if you want to progress in life, and if you want to sound even reasonably intelligent in any conversation, you should be reading. Now, my habit, bad or good, had always been that anytime I heard something that intrigued me or confused me, I immediately looked into it. And I did more research and I studied up on it because of my own curiosity. And it's helpful. Well, should I say helpful? It's helpful to young folk. But when you have a brain like mine, it's kind of like a sieve. And it's in there for a little bit, but the retention level is practically nil. And it's not funny, but that's my life. These desks drove me nuts. Well, you know what? I can't say desks. I could have swore that you could put a computer on a table, and I wanted lengthwise so that I could seat as many as I could. And most of them that I chose will not accept anything on top of it, much less a chair. I couldn't even insert chairs underneath some of them. But then the game asked for 3 desks anyway, so I changed things up. It'll look different in the walkthrough. Now, something else I thought I would mention, if you happen to watch my previous video on the gym. I had stated that the bathroom was a bit of a bone of contention with me because I just didn't like the way it was set up. It was just one room with 6 showers, 3 toilets, and 3 sinks, all in one space. And I had said that it didn't seem to bother anybody. People were going in and out, and no one was running with their arms flailing at their sides. No one was doing that. So I thought, oh, well, okay, maybe Sims got rid of that embarrassment trait. Well, not the embarrassment trait, but seeing someone in a bathroom. I figured maybe it was just for houses, not venues. Well, when I went to do this, you may be able to tell that it's storming out. And when I looked at the calendar, it's going to be like this for the next 3 sim days. And I could have used the MC Command Center on his mailbox, but I keep forgetting. I kept forgetting to do that. I sent him next door to the gym so that he could get out of the storm, get something to eat, entertain himself, however. And he went into the bathroom and came running out, flailing his arms at his side. And then he had the embarrassment buff for 5 hours. And I'm like, oh no. So when I finished this, I went back into the gym and I gave the shower walls. I'm hoping that helps. So I was wrong about that. It will occur because the original gym was one room, wide open, with a toilet right next to a shower, and a guy would be sitting on a toilet taking a dump, and Bella Goth would walk right into the shower right next to him. And no one ever seemed to bat an eyelash. So I thought that would work for me, but it didn't. These chairs are ridiculous. I know they are. But again, I was going with the community donation aspect. And this flower pot really depressed me. I thought for sure in live mode that it would look a little bit better, but it doesn't. Very sad. And probably because it should be an outdoor planter. But I really liked it there. I thought it was so cool looking. But it's very ugly. I don't know why the game has to do that. What is with the lighting? the waterfall there, I don't know. I wanted something there that was calming and soothing. Maybe it's out of place and it shouldn't be here. The wallpaper on the second floor, yes, way over the top. However, in sticking with the donated house theme, I'm gonna say they just revitalized the walls, which I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, you can do. You can revitalize wallpaper. You can bring it back to its old glory. I don't know how else to say that. So this is like a little music room here. The wood flooring looked so much better in build mode than it does in live mode. Looks a little worse for wear here. But it was the planking I was going for. And then in here, just, I don't know. I think you might do this in a section of a quiet space. However, you also have to think in terms of gameplay. When you're starting out, a majority of people start out their game being poor and working their way up through life. Not me, but most people. This here was the hardest of the whole build. I had no idea what to do with this room. And I kept thinking, should it be a balcony? Should it be a balcony? Nope. I want items in here, so I made it like a storage break room for whoever happens to be working here. I hope that desk on the first floor will bring in a librarian. I do not know if the game auto adds a librarian to a library. I'm not aware. But I ended up making it a break room with like storage, old things that they're just setting aside until the festival comes running around the next year. Then they can drag some of that stuff out. That's what I ended up choosing for that. But the whole build, I'm like, I don't know what to do with this space. I just think balconies on a venue seem odd to me. I know I have one out front, but I guess that would be part of the house. But if you're going to repurpose the house, you wouldn't, I don't know that you would utilize a balcony unless you wanted lawsuits. And that's thinking too realistically. I adored my landscaping, and this stupid weather kind of ruined it. The issues that I'm having with what is the word again? Sticking? Lag. Oh boy. Kind of put me in the mindset of, no, I'm not going back to his house. No, I'm not going to do that. Oh my gosh, no. It's going to take forever. The game's going to crash. But I was disappointed with this weather. And like I said, it's going to be like this for the next 3 days in the Sims world. So got muddy gush and everything all over the place. But this wall, I didn't spend a lot of time on it, but I really dolled it up. And I figured, you know what? This might be a good spot for selfies. Taking pictures with friends or trying to make friends, so you take a lot of pictures. And then this swan sign out front, I just thought it was cute. I know it probably has nothing to do with it. I think it looks a little charming. But thank you so much for sticking with me here and watching this, supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone has a fabulous day as well. Take care of yourselves now. Bye-bye.